Hey guys, Dr. Devynne here with Jing Shen Healing Arts and head coach and owner at Path CrossFit. As you can see, I'm flying solo today. It's Sunday. I've been out doing some recording for some of our other projects and thought that this would be a nice time to just check in and say hi and give you some insight into what we've been up to. It's been a few weeks since we released an episode for this podcast, and we are going to be back to recording very, very soon. A lot of what may be coming to you in the immediate future are episodes like this, as we have some small, one-off topics. Dr. James and I released an episode last week for Shen Shenanigans. It was also a check-in of kind of what we've been up to, but also got to talk about, doing our own work and what some of that is like. And it obviously spiraled into some other conversations. And then I also put out an episode sharing a little bit of my story with Chinese medicine and how I ended up in acupuncture school. So if you missed those, hop on over to Shen Shenanigans and give those a listen. We'd love to have you join us on both platforms. We've been super busy with a couple other projects. I was out of town for a week on a trip. And then as we got back, we dove headfirst into these projects that are launching. The whole project being some online courses and different classes through an academy site that we are building. It's been a long-term goal of ours to be able to share what it is that we do, some of how we do it, and just the philosophy behind Chinese medicine. We want to be able to share and lean into that with other practitioners, but we also want to be able to fill the gap for the community that's just interested in learning more about what the heck it is that we do. And so we have done that. We found a platform that we think is going to be great for this. And then we've been working on building out those courses. I would say within a week, probably launching a couple of our first classes, which is super exciting. Some of those feature pediatric courses, some herbal information for the kiddos. We have been revamping and are preparing to relaunch some nutrition programs, not only for our gym community, but also for the general public that may be curious about making some changes in that aspect of their lives. This is the one I think that we're most excited about and overlaps a little bit with the conversations and work that we're going to do here. We've also created a in-depth course that is living in harmony with the rhythms of nature. And so this course aligns beautifully with our work as 5-element practitioners and the work we do as doctors of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, and kind of the overlap with self-development and personal development work. The intention of this course is to help guide people through different stages of the season, create invitations to lean into their own work and dive in a way that allows them not necessarily to make changes, maybe make changes if it makes sense for your world, but just ask yourself some questions that will help guide you into that next season, yes, around us, but also stage of life, season of life, wherever you may be at in that. And so we're really excited about launching this course. We have an August launch date for our first immersion. If you're not already following Jing Shen Healing Arts on social media, make sure you find us on Instagram or Facebook. We will be sharing more information about this content coming soon. As you see that, and if you see that and you're curious and interested and decide to come on board with us, what you get is basically a guided week-to-week opportunity to do some different practices that align with the seasons. We've got journal prompts, some just questions for you to contemplate and integrate into your own life, some food suggestions, herbal suggestions, those types of things that can help you as things come up. They can be another tool to put in your toolbox for when you need it, and will just be, in alignment with the season that's in front of us, and we'll be doing it in real time. So each week will be guided. We are going to do a live call in there, and those dates will be announced. So you'll have full access to Dr. James and I to ask any questions. We'll get to check in with you and see how it's going for you so far and give a little bit of insight into what's coming forward. But they're great opportunities to dive into your own work if that is somewhere you find yourself, or maybe you feel like you do a good job in that department and you're just wanting a different perspective and angle on it. This is kind of the heart of the work that we do. So we're really excited about sharing it. If you're listening to this and this is something that kind of piques your interest and you have more questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to connect and chat you through what we're going to be offering. And then links to register and all those types of things will be over on our social media platforms. But yeah, we've designed some really cool courses. We're really excited about this one. Also excited about our pediatric work. We do quite a bit of that within our clinic. And I know parents and families are always looking for ways to offer different support to their kiddos. And so this is going to be a self-paced way that you can not only have a resource for that type of work, but also learn more about why, and see through our lens a little bit of how we approach pediatric care. So lots of stuff coming to you. If nutrition is up your alley, we'll have those launching soon. We're also going to be putting some movement-based stuff on there, some mobility, just different things. So if you're someone that you're just looking for some extra support in different areas of your life, check it out, because we're building this out in a lot of different directions, but all coming from a lens of how can we help support you in doing the work that you want to do based on the goals you have for yourself. So that's what we've been up to, and is part of the reason we've been a little MIA on this platform. And we've been super busy in the gym. It's been great. We're wrapping up a training cycle with our members and are in a little bit of an in-between right now before we dive in again. We're getting ready to, I mentioned, relaunching our nutrition program. We're going to do that in the way of a nutrition challenge for our gym members that is going to build up to what we're going to call a pint night. I don't know if you guys have come across those Ninja creamy machines, but we've been playing with that within our household and have some great protein ice cream recipes. So we're going to run them through a 4-week jumpstart, rebuild some habits, chat through some basics, and lead it up to a game night and ice cream night at the gym, which is going to be super fun. And yeah, we're just kind of checking in. Things start to get busy around here. Summer is a very interesting time in Montana. Things get a little manic. I think people are very fired up for summer, but because it is a shorter season, people in general tend to squeeze in as much as they can all at once before the cooler weather gets here again. And so it's an interesting energy of season here, and is one that I enjoy this summer, but I'm personally looking forward to the slowdown. It's funny, this week, we've challenged our gym members to write out some goals. And what are your goals within the gym? Why are you here, right? Why are you training? Why CrossFit, right? What are you working towards? And that question means something different to everyone. Most of our members are here for health and wellness reasons. They're not looking to compete in CrossFit, right? They're just want to feel a little bit better outside of the gym. And so within that, trying to not only remind them of why they started, but also give them an opportunity to check in and see if their goals have changed. And so we are working those conversations into our gym space, also in preparation for the nutrition stuff coming up. We obviously pitch that to our members, and I start thinking about my own goals. And one of them has been to slow down a little bit. And, where I'm doing this outside today, which is fun. That was unintentional with the content that we're recording, but I don't always make time for it. And the trip that I went on recently reminded me that I need to press pause a little more often in my life. And the irony of me being outside and working and recording is not lost on me, but it feels good to get outside, get the sunshine, just hang out, taking some space between recordings and just not push so hard. So summer for me is always a challenging energy, because I feel like I am busy enough and I do enough in day-to-day life that I don't need the fueling of that behind me. And so I'm in a place where contemplating my own goals is like, I need to slow down more and check in with myself and just take more pause so that I don't feel like I need pause, right? And yeah, asking myself what that looks like. And today it meant coming out to Flathead Lake and bringing my work with me and doing it outside instead of inside a coffee shop. So it's fun to contemplate those things in our life and check in. And we are eventually going to be headed towards fall and autumn, which is the time that we do to start to turn inward and get even more reflective and ask ourselves, are the things that we're doing right now nourishing us? Or are there things that I can shift and change and let go of going into next season? And if not, great. And if so, also fine. And I think I share all this, realizing I'm rambling today. I think I share all this to also invite you, anybody who's listening to this, to check in, right? And you don't have to get swept away in the fuzziness and the chaos. If it is chaos around you, it's an invitation to find your own feet on the ground and ask yourself what you need. Some people thrive and love the summer and want to go, go, go. And some people go, go, go until they burn out and are kind of picking themselves up through the fall and winter. And how do we recognize what we need in ourselves and take what we need and lean into what the season is offering us, but also not at the expense of what we need for ourselves. And so if you love summer and you love the busyness and the buzziness, go for it. And if you're someone who feels like you need to take a step back and slow down a little bit, this is your permission to go ahead and do that and honor that space. And it can be a nice time. We're halfway through the year, right? June is over. July is in a couple days. What do you want for the next 6 months? And are there things that you want to accomplish? Are there things it's not necessarily about accomplishing things, but want to give yourself and nourish within yourself? Take the time to write it down. It's been fun reading some of that within our gym members over the weekend, and some goals surprised me. Some of them I knew that those were on the radar, and it didn't surprise me that that was on their list. And then there were others that until we asked, we didn't really know that that was a thing that they're focused on. We challenged them to write something down that was fitness related, whether inside the gym or outside, and then something that was life related. And it's going to be fun trying to, having that conversation and gearing them towards, all right, what does it look like to actually make those changes? And is it realistic? And how do we move towards that? So yeah, think about something that you want. Maybe it is something physical, whether it's you want to move more or start a new hobby or whatever that is. And then thinking about something that you want for your life. What do you want that to be? Get as specific as possible. And if you need help dialing it in, check out our upcoming courses. That's part of what we're going to be dialing in. Feel free to reach out and we can touch base. But it's a fun thing to think about. Are we on path to do the things that feel good to us, or have we gotten a little distracted and kind of veered off course a little bit? It's always fun to check in. Again, the update was really the goal in this today. And it's cool to see ourselves checking off some pretty big goals. This has been a few years in the making. So to get it live and get it launched is awesome. And we're pretty pumped about the things that we have coming forward within this. But stay tuned because we'll have more stuff coming at you. Dr. James and I will be doing some more dual recording. And in the meantime, you may get me for some solo one-offs and we'll see where it goes.